What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and welcome to our first XLeads support call. So I'm Zach. I'm the co-founder of XLeads, and what I want to do is every Saturday morning just talk to the XLeads users or people interested in XLeads, and just basically see how they're doing, how they're liking the software, and if they're using it, or how to use it in wholesaling real estate. So what I want to do here is just give it a second, let everyone hop on here. And just wanted to kind of talk about XLeads, how you guys can use it and get it for wholesaling real estate. So appreciate everybody on here. Let's give it a second. All right, we're all set. And we're going to talk about, how to use XLeads to wholesale real estate. Now, you can use XLeads if you're trying to be a landlord, trying to be a flipper, any type of real estate professional or investor. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're pretty excited. So this is a support call. So what I'm gonna do is have a StreamYard link. So a little different than a regular live stream that you're probably used to from me. But yeah, more laid back, ready to go. So here's the StreamYard link. You want to hop on, personally talk to me about anything XLeads. I'm here to help you out. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it. And while we have anyone trying to hop on or ask questions, I can just go inside of XLeads and kind of show you the software if you're used to it, if you're not, what that all is. So I got questions. I want to answer them and see how you're doing. So let's answer a quick question we got here from Key Stays. Good morning. If we sign up for the basic, can we switch to pro? Also, if we sign up for the monthly, can we switch over to the annual? And if so, would we go about once signed up? So what you do is you just email support at xleads.com. I'll put that in the chat for you. Support at xleads.com. And you can email us and we can get everything fixed, confirmed, and everything like that. So, all right. Yeah, I think I got a bunch of questions DM'd to me about XLeads. And so here to help you out. So what is it going on? What's up, Matt? What's up, Jermaine? What's up, John? Leo? Yeah, what is up, guys? So we're excited. Hop on the stream. Already got a question about it. If not, I want to go over here and just kind of show you a little bit more about XLeads. So here it is. Basically, from start to finish, how do we use it? How do we get deals? Everything you need to know about it. So again, we kind of start on the marketing section. We go into property leads. We always can get our deal alerts. I'm just going to say, don't show me again. So it's going to kind of use my location where I'm at, move it over. So it's where our offices are, right? Beautiful in Stuart, Florida. So pretty cool. So if I want to go in Stuart, Florida and go find a wholesaling deal, I would probably, put Stuart, Florida, a little smaller city, but there's definitely some wholesaling deals. And if I want to just do something quick, I can do a quick list view. So maybe I just want to find the people delinquent on their taxes in that city. Obviously, I don't want to deal with people that are active listings, so get rid of that. And it will pop it up. Also, what this tab does, which I think is pretty dang cool, is you can exclude active investors. So I don't want an investor. And what that means is you can also just look at it and it'll tell you what the list is, which I think is pretty cool. But properties are considered active investor owned if the owner has multiple properties and at least one of the properties was purchased in the past 3 years. So I've been asked a lot, Zach, why can't I figure out how many properties is owned inside of XLeads? I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I think it complicates it a little more. What I want to do here at XLeads is make it just easier for you. And what I mean by that is if you own something, just click the button. Click a button, make it simple. I think in most wholesaling softwares, the quick list feature is dookie. That's the best way to say it. Like the quick list is stupid. It's not done by a wholesaler. It's pretty dumb. So I'm the type of guy, when I'm doing this stuff, I want to make it simple. So for anyone asking me, if you own multiple properties, what do I do? Active investor owned will get rid of people that own multiple properties. And so in the filter, you're not going to see it, but you just put it in the quick list exclude, and you go through there, right? And I mean, we can go through all these type of lists in here. Vacancy are just going to be kind of vacant properties from the United States Postal Service. This is where we get the information. Heck, if I've been asked a lot too, hey Zach, if I'm on the basic plan, how can I go out here and figure out how to find cash buyers? You said I can have a little, like a light dispo type thing. What is that? So if you're on the basic plan and you want the light dispo, what you basically go in here is, well, first, like this is just a basic list, right? So if I'm trying to get a seller list, I go through here, put all my information I want. I probably want to max out. We'll answer that one after this. So max out 500K. That's fine. I want to deal, oops. Single family, no condos. I like townhomes. Multi is okay, no apartments. If you want to do land, you want to do land. Also, this is able to identify mobile homes. I will tell you, like any wholesaling software, it is not 100% perfect. Now remember this. It's not 100% accurate. What I mean by that is mobile homes in general, this whole software development, I learned a lot about how a lot more data in real estate works. But you remember, a lot of mobile homes are registered as vehicles, so the property appraiser doesn't take it on. Now, sometimes a greedy property appraiser is going to use the mobile home on the property value, even though it's technically a vehicle, because they're greedy and all they want is money. It's pretty dang stupid. So I get that all the time. All right, but let's go back here. Okay, cool. So we're going here, and we're going to do the townhouse, multi, other. It's anything else in that category other. I'll probably get rid of that right now. Bedrooms, doesn't really matter. Square feet, can max out like 3,000 square feet if you want to get crazy. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. If you're into creative finance and you want to know the mortgage rates, you can do that. I mean, the more finance types, mortgage interest rates can be here. Loan type will be right here. I will tell you, it's very interesting how like some of these work. I'm obviously, I don't really like the seller take back loan. Standalone mortgage is okay. Find refis, credit lines, all these type of loans, pretty dang good. Obviously, we got rid of active listings. Previous sale date, I want to make sure that it was owned for at least 3 years. So I can just put the actual sale date, but I would go up here 2 years of ownership, minimum 3. If it's too much, I can make it even longer. And you can filter out even more like crazy in here, and you'll be good to go. But if it's delinquent properties, you might want to get rid of that one. It's a small city, so maybe I have to change it to like an actual real city. So let's do Greenville, South Carolina. What kind of Greenvilles are? That's nuts. Did I spell that right? Oh, I think I did not. I'm tripping right now. There we go. Okay, I put something. Oh, I put 50. There we go. Okay. Owner types. So let's just go from the top real quick. So years of ownership, we want to put 3 years on that. Owner type, you want to put individual. Business, no. Financial, no. I like trusts personally because a lot of older people with wholesaling deals will have trusts. So I'll say go ahead with it. Alrighty. And boom. Good to go. Good to go. There we go. Okay. And then you go through here. Then that's pretty much it. If you want to get pre-foreclosure information, it's in there. Click see results. Your results are going to pop up. You'll be good here. Now, if I want to reset all my filters here, just click reset filters. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go out here and on the basic plan, show you how to find cash buyers in there. So let it reset the filters. Go back. Let's go out here and get rid of the quick list. So everything's reset here. So if I want to find cash buyers now, Let's just get rid of this one, get rid of that one, get rid of this. So if I want to go back here in Greenville, South Carolina and find cash buyers, obviously I'm going to go here and do investor leads and use the X buyers list. But if I'm on the basic plan, I don't have that. I got to get the pro plan for that. So what I'm going to do here is show you how to find buyers on here. So it's a little simple too. So I'm just going to do cash buyers. If I want to do something better, I'd probably do active investor owned. So again, active investor owned are going to be people who own multiple properties and at least one was purchased in the past 3 years. And I'll show you that. Pretty simple. You can exclude active listings and you might want to include cash buyers, which again is going to be properties that don't have a mortgage when they purchase the property. So that's pretty simple. And what you're going to find are investors in the area. Now it's a little more filtered out because it's going to be active investor owned. So let's see, they don't clash here. Got 15 in here. Not terrible. So you're going to find the 15 in Greenville and you'll be good to go. So let's go here. You can even do the flip properties. And let's see how many we get here. We got 2. Okay, get rid of active listings. Okay, so we got 506 ones here. So what I would do is I would do by last sale date of the flipped property. That's what I do. So let that load up. Last sale date. So from ascending order. So we got to switch it up from there and just check the sale date on this one. Let's see, was it older? Okay, so good. So last 16 days. So this property right here, which looks like a 3-1. I mean, I literally see nothing in here. It was bought and sold and flipped. So I can go here and figure that out. So this one was quick claimed up the wazoo. So it looks like Pine One Real Estate bought it for 36, sold it for 60. So what I'm gonna do is just search this guy up. Oh wow, look at this. It looked like John was the buyer. He was the seller. So yeah, John Burroughs, that's an interesting one. Okay, so let's pop this up. I'm just looking at open corporates. We do not have a phone number for that. Yeah, I just have to skip trace it at that point. But hey, someone worth talking to. Did he flip the property? Probably not. Was it listed? It's not showing that here. Let me pop up the address real quick to check it. Because I Google things so much, I can just copy it, put it into like realtor.com, and click this. Oh, I'm not showing you. Every time I look at a property, I just have here, I didn't show it. Here we go. I just always Google things. So we have a little Google thing and it will just pop up the Google results for that address. And then it pops on and shows you right there. So click it here and all the info's in there. So quick claim, not MLS is kind of what I thought there. So that's how you just kind of do a workaround on the basics for the dispo, like any regular, good, decent software. So let's do some comments and we'll do some StreamYard people and keep talking. All righty. Lucas says, brother, can you explain the equity in here and how it's different than prop stream? Oh yeah, so the equity is a little different in here. Not gonna lie, but basically we go off of loan to value. It creates it's more accurate in my opinion than basic equity, but it's kind of a reverse around. And so what I mean by this is let's kind of just get rid of, we got Greenville, so we're good here. Let's go here, reset these filters. Okay, we're good here. Exclude, get rid of that. Cool. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, let's do Greenville, North Carolina. I love Greenville, North Carolina. So Greenville, North Carolina is a college town. Eastern Carolina University, ECU, is in there. And the cool part about that place, Mr. Beast is actually there. So he's like one of the biggest industries there. It's kind of funny. But basically, if I want to do an equity listing here, I go to filters. And all I want to do is scroll down to where it says loan to value, LTV, the ratio of the loan value and the assessed value. So this is different than any other software, and half of it's accuracy, half of it is just so I can kind of have something a little different. But basically what this does is it's your equity percentage. So basically what it does is it finds out how much of the property, how much of the value of the property is in loans. So if I want to get, let's say what we're used to, a 60% equity list. So I want it to be 60% equity or more. That means I don't want the loan to be over 40% of the value of the house. So I don't want the loan to be anything more than 40% of the value. So if the loan was 60% of the value of the house, that means I only have 40% equity. So it's kind of the easiest way to do it. Now, if I want to do a low equity, hey guys, I want to make sure that this thing has to be under 20% equity. I really, I don't want much equity for the seller. I want the loan to be 80% of the price. So 80% of the value of the home. So I put minimum 80. And this is going to be only low equity sellers. So let's look at the low equity sellers. So for example, Jeanette. So when you hop on, equity's already in there. So this is already a listed house. So this lady's got 9% equity, right? So that would be that'd be a 91 loan to value on there. If you have questions about that, let me know. But it's simple math in my mind. Just flip it around and you'll be fine. It does create more, in my opinion, it creates more accuracy on the back end. So that's kind of another reason why we do it like that. Good question, huh? So if you want high equity of 60, you just want to put, you don't want the loan to be more than 40% of the value of the house. Okay, I want to make sure everyone can see and hear me. Cool. Beth says, I see options for landlord, note holder, private lender, or locked when searching for buyers. How do we access those? So that is in a beta type thing. And what I mean by that is I have that data. I do have the information for it. I don't think it's worth it because I would have to charge the users more. And in my opinion, we have it in there. And probably on the next version, we're just going to unlock it for the pro users. But for now, we have it in the system, but I don't want to kind of have anyone use it because it's not worth the added expense to you guys, the consumer. So private lenders, like it's not worth it. Landlord, note holder, I just don't think it is. So because you already have it in the basic. The real special one is the flipper one. That is the expires list. Does this replace any other software? That is up for you to decide. That is the point. I'm showing you this and you decide if it's worth it. In my opinion, it is the all-in-one wholesaling software. I mean, I don't think there's any other one you really need. If you just want to get this one, that's all you need. One thing I will tell you is this software as of today, because obviously I have 8, 9, 10 versions down the line I'm looking to do. Most likely in the future, there's going to be some really cool updates. I mean, this is like version 1 of XLeads, which is still better than any other software in my opinion. But we come out with another version. Why would I not innovate? Like that's kind of the point of why I'm doing this, right? So I could see a dialer in the future. I could see some integrations. The easiest integration for us is Smart Dialer. If you have a smartphone, SMRT phone or SMRT dialer, there is an easy integration with that. CallRail has one too with the software. So we're working on some content for that for you guys. That's the best one, but it's not like an integrated dialer, if that makes sense. Yeah. Also, if you want to use a dialer, there's multiple services out here that have dialers. Keep it on my XLeads founder hat. I won't tell you which ones, but check out the Flip Alert YouTube channel if you want to learn more about dialers, other skip tracing. Some people have said that they want the highest quality data, so they're going to have XLeads, and obviously for the Dispo software. And they have another service where they have the dialer and like free skip tracing that they both use in conjunction because you want the best value, which is the best data, but also you want good value on the skip tracing. Some people do that too. But that's on the Flip Alert YouTube channel. Or the Zach Ginn, I guess. But on the XLeads YouTube channel, I am XLeads co-founder Zach Ginn. I'll put on the XLeads hat. All right, here. I guess I can't call people sorry wimps on this channel, right? Would that be corporate of me? Would that be a CEO corporate thing to do? Stop being a dumb little sissy and get to work. Let's see here. So software work in Canada, yes, it does. Who knows how in the future what kind of Canadian privacy laws are going to happen? So you might need a VPN, but you're going to be good. Now, I feel like in the future they might ban VPNs. Who knows how crazy Congress and all these other places are? So the other thing holding me back is you have a dialer on Deal Machine. So I mean, we don't have a dialer, so it's up to you. I know with Deal Machine's dialer, you have to pay per minute unless you pay $100 extra. So yeah, I mean, there's millions of other dialers out there too. But Deal Machine is a great dialer, and we don't have one. So yeah, I would say so. But like I say, XLeads has the best data by far. And it's got a Dispo app. Like it's crazy. I don't know about Canada, but in Spain, the actual search I've used, yeah. When I went to Europe for a month in the summer, Italy, Netherlands, Switzerland, like all these like actually not Switzerland, but Germany, France, like they all had these stupid EU privacy laws. I'm like, I'm not even pulling data from there. Drives me crazy. Is the wholesale value the MAO? That's a great question, Jamarius. The wholesale value is not the MAO. What the wholesale value is, it is a figure you should be looking towards. The point is, I believe most wholesalers focus way too much on MAO. And it is an instant MAO, but slightly below the MAO. It's a tiny little formula where basically it guesses the MAO and it goes slightly below that. So that's the money number. For example, if let's just show one. This is for quick underwriting. All right. So let's go here. Got removed from the MLS. All right, I'm on really low equity though. So let's go change this up and let's do 30% max, which is going to be, quick math, if the loan is 30% of the value, 70% equity, right? So we're going to go here. Okay. So the wholesale score is 480, right? So what that means is if somebody says, oh, I got a good deal, it's for 600. You know, it's probably not going to be a good deal if it needs a lot of work. It's guessing here how much work the property needs, right? And the wholesale value gets a little skewed when, you know, it's $1 million type house. But for this lead, 228, that's probably pretty decent, right? MAO is probably 240, on this 250. But this is really where you want your offer price to be. This is like a good wholesale deal. So if a guy's telling you that he's going to lock it up for 320, you know that ain't good. That's stupid, right? Because you know it's probably 60 grand repairs, 290. You need a little discount, so 240, 250. You want to make quick 10, 20 grand. That's the point, guys. You're not downloading the software to make a measly $2,000 on a wholesaling deal. Oh, I didn't show it. There we go. You're not here to make a measly $2,000 on a wholesaling deal. You're not. Crazy. Oh, Beth says, I use smartphone. It's not integrated. So it's not integrated in the sense where it's just there's a button on there. What you would have to do is, let me show you, Beth, is you go here to knowledge base. And let me go here. And you can figure out exactly how to integrate it inside the software. So I can go send that to Beth. DVD says pricing error. Oh, Maybe make a monthly annual slider where it is put save 50% annual over basic, put save 20%, put that over. I mean, you're saving 50% with the basic, and then the slider changes a little bit based on the pricing. So I'll do a special slider if you want for the pricing. But yeah, it's 50% on the basic. So we just put that in there. We can code in a slider if you want there. All right. So Matthew wants me to talk about the CRM. So what I want to do is answer some of the StreamYard questions real quick, and then we'll get into some CRM training. So it'll be pretty dang cool. And then this can be every Saturday morning. So here we go, StreamYard. There we go. And like always, you want to go to XLeads and sign up. You just go to XLeads.com. Simple. All righty. Beth, how are you? Beth.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Is this Beth in Spain?
Yes, it is.
Buenos dias.
Muy buenos dias.
I used all my Spanish there. You probably
Okay.
laughing at my last cold call.
Yes, I did.
I was fighting for my life.
So I was going to talk to you about the smartphone thing. They used to have it. I talked to support, but they don't have it anymore. They don't know if they're going to integrate it. However, because smartphone is a Google extension, the numbers within XLeads are highlighted, so you can click on it and you can make the call or you can send a text. The problem is it doesn't it doesn't log the call or record the conversation, so it's inside the CRM. So it's not perfect, but it still works for me. I just got to type out whatever we talked about. So
the CallRail Chrome extension does that too now.
Yeah. And then the other thing, I've almost got my website set up for JV with Beth.
I like
I'm
that.
working on that right now.
somebody took JV with Zach. I was so mad. And this was like a year and a half ago, 2 years. I'm like, whatever.
So that's what I'm working on right now. But yeah, somebody mentioned here that it'd be really cool to see you get start from one property and put it into the system and do all the steps that you like. For example, your VA, or you would do going through the whole process from beginning to end, because we keep jumping around from one section to another and they're all really cool. But I think it would be really cool to just see, the whole process like you would do.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Cool.
So real quick on here, a quick process on here. And obviously, if I have a VA or something, I'm going to add more users. So I'd go in my settings, look for users. You probably have one. What you got to do is email support@XLeads. And what we're going to do is just do a quick confirmation to figure out that if you're splitting or not. I literally saw 8 people in the Discord say, let's split XLeads. We could figure out pretty quick who's splitting it or not. We do have a no splitting rule on here. Because literally the margin's already so thin that it already hurts it. But you just got to confirm you have a VA, something like that. And then we just confirm the IP real quick and we'll be all set. So if you show us the IP of the other person, we'll be good. No, they're on a VPN. Okay, I get it. Boom, right? So let's go here and really from a basic perspective on the dashboard. So I'm going to call in, or maybe I have a good SMS lead. I'm just going to click the plus. And if it's call in, it's just stupid simple, all the information, right? Put the address, city, all that stuff. I could get even crazier. I just go into the property and then just put the property in. So if it's 908 Northeast, I'm just doing a random address here, right? But 6th Street in Moore, Oklahoma, it's going to be saved. And that is going to be saved under my properties tab, which I'd rather be in the contacts tab overall. But again, not terrible. Everything is auto-populated inside. Blah, 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 blah. You know, about the seller, right? She has a cat. She wants to sell because of this. And I just, I make it simple. I put it all in the chat. And then from there, I just put more information about it, right? So we got a property here. Just to confirm all the details. I mean, it should already be put in here. I put exactly what I think the repair should be. Type of construction, that didn't get added in, but all the other information, assessed value, all these things, right? We put that in there. Good to go. If I want to just talk to the lady while I'm on the phone to see, does she have a debt? Looks like she has 0 mortgage on here, which is already automatically done for me. Negotiations, when I'm doing the negotiation with the deal. Public info is just a quick look at this, right? So it's assessed for 12. Looks like it's worth 180. roughly. That's the XLeads value of it. Any transactions, intra-family transfer in 2018, not terrible. And yeah, that's pretty much the information that, we can figure out what our lead source is on here if we want to go crazy. Deal type, this would be an assignment, right? This is on the lead stage. The market, you put your market on there. And if there was a campaign, you put the campaign in there. So save the info, cool to go, good to go. Let's say she wants to go on an appointment. So what we're going to do here is add this to my Scrum board and add it on. So I'm on the incognito tab. So my Scrum board is going to be a little messed up. That's fine. So we're going to be in here. So was it her? Properties. No, it'll be this one. There you go. Okay. So it automatically gets put to the left one. So this person wants to sell, or I put it on the appointment. So, John. From the appointment, have the appointment with him, right? Okay. He wants to do an appointment. We're going to go here to my calendar. And let's say we have an appointment on the 27th. I put all that information in here. Appointment with John. And then I'll put it at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't repeat. It's not all day. Appointment with John at Moore Street. I don't know, whatever it is. And then you put it in there. And what you should do is go to calendar feed and copy this and then go into your Google Calendar and then put it in there with your syncing. So I do that with all my business stuff. So Airbnbs, all these things, my appointments for the count. So my appointments for acquisitions managers and stuff. And I just like having one calendar. So I have like 5 appointments for the day. Good to go. What is my agenda? Okay. Appointment with Tara on the 19th on Monday. That is on the agenda for the week. So pretty cool. Also, you can put it in your tasks, but I don't really think that's needed right now. And then you can even add a task and just put the appointment in the task, and then it'll be in there just so you don't forget. So appointment with John. So it shouldn't be in a project. I mean, you can add a project, go crazy on it. Due date is going to be the 20. Where did I put on there? I think I put the 22nd. Could be wrong on there. In status, deferred. Nope. Type, appointments, high priority, good to go. So it's already in my tasks. So it's in my task and my calendar. So it's already in the task right here, which is pretty cool. So I can go view all my tasks from my dashboard. Let it load up a sec. Should pop in there. You're good to go. Hey, where are all my appointments? Where are my follow-ups? Where are all the emails I need to do? Where are the people I got to call? It's all in there. When's the due date? Hey, what's going on? The reason I like this is I think Pody is a little more confusing of that, where it's like, hey, show me this week, or let's do next week, all of my follow-ups. Boom, it pops up, right? And we kind of go back here to properties. And so properties contacts are a little different. But what I want to do is just kind of go more into details on these stages. And so, for example, for Moore, Oklahoma, this is the lead stage, right? Is it sold? Did it get listed? What's going on? It's a prospect. Whatever it is, you're good to go, right? So it could be in the deals stage. You got to manage what you want to call these. You also get little custom tabs on here, which is pretty cool. You can even set up custom labels, which I think is kind of cool. So if I want to get into basically a subject to, so you can just write whatever you want on here, save it. Boom. So you can add extra tabs on here, which is pretty dang cool. So lead source, where you got it from, deal type, all these things, right? Double close, subject to, short sale, all these things, right? And so you can change it and make it whatever you want. So I just added that in there, so it could be in there. So you're good to go. Evaluating, so you can also change a follow-up reminder, inactive, dead, evaluating, make an offer, which shouldn't really be even having that problem, but it's in there. Other creative finance, inactive, dead, whatever. So if you made the offer and it's on the follow-up, which kind of sucks, you can do that. Follow-up reminder, all these things. But what I need to know is when I go to the Scrum board, there should be a task on there, right? So I go to manage, go to my Scrum board. Something's got to happen. Like, hey, I need to figure this out. And so what my rule is like, hey, if you have this under appointment set, what's the appointment? Where is it at? And so I like to put everything just everywhere, just so we kind of have it. So even in the notes, appointment set for August 22nd. Just so even that comment's in there, right? I just want that comment in there, right? Add your tags. So appointment tag, you give them a tag appointment, save that, go back and that tag's in there. And you can get as crazy complicated as you want to make it with it. But basically go back here to Scrum board. It's all in here. And so I want to make sure that, okay, so if this is under wants to sell, what I need to figure out is there must be a task with wants to sell. So this is how I work for CRMs. And I hope Matt's listening to this, but I need to know what is going on with my leads. This is the one thing I am a little mentally deranged for. If you have a lead in a CRM, it needs, okay, this is Zach Ginn, wholesaler, talking, but it needs to have a task. My biggest pet peeve anywhere, and I'm gonna start screaming, is when you have a lead and it's just sitting there. Like, why is a lead just sitting there? Like, that's weird. Okay. It's like just having a piece of pizza out, just in the open air. Like, are we eating the pizza? Are we putting the pizza in the fridge? Or are we throwing the pizza away? We need to figure out what we're doing with this pizza. Now I'm hungry. Great. But like, what are we doing to it? Are we eating it, putting it in the fridge, or throwing it away? We need to know what we're doing with that piece of pizza. Because if we just leave a piece of pizza sitting there for 2 weeks, the thing's rotten, or, rats got it or something, right? Or, bugs. So like, you don't want pizza just sitting there, right? Something's got to happen to it, right? We got to throw it away, save it, freeze it, whatever you want, right? And that's kind of the analogy I use for it. But like, we got to know what to do. JV deals, put the JV deals in there, right? And you're good to go. What you honestly should do is, I think for most people watching this, you might have 5 or 6 leads at a time. So pretty easy, right? 5 or 6 leads at a time. It's not going to be that complicated on that process. So move this over here. All right, cool. So that's basically, the Scrum board's simple because I'm very simple the way I look at CRMs, because that's why I loved our previous CRM. But what I want to do something is a little more advanced. I think the tasks were too complicated. Didn't like how anything was connected. And at the end of the day, like, okay, now it's under contract. So I should go here, right? Success. So what I can put here is change it basically to deal. Mentally put where you want, but like when you put under deal, it automatically changes to under contract. So, okay, now it's under contract. Gangsta, right? And so you can put all your stuff in here and then just save it. So now I want to go back out here to my properties and let it load up. And I want to figure out the status of my leads. Active status, under contract status. I can go back and down here. And again, we're going to have more and more and more training of this, obviously, for everyone. But prospect's going to change everything on here. But I like lead for most things. So let's say they're thinking about it. So maybe a follow-up reminder of what they want to do. I mean, you remember, you got to figure out what you want for this too. So put it under here. And so we got all the statuses. So, hey, my name is CEO Zach Ginn. What's going on? What's all the properties that are under contract? I need to know. Okay, boom. Pops up in a simple list, and it's easily in here, right? You can also power link things too, which I think is pretty cool. So you get your power link properties on here. So we'll let that load up for a sec. Let's just go back here. I don't want to go into too much of a rant, but boom, it's assigned. So this tab is once you do the assignment walkthrough, and we just got to wait for closing. Then it goes here, And then hopefully if it's a good deal, we click remove and it's over, right? So the point is every lead should be somewhere in the Scrum board. In my opinion, right? It's left to right, conveyor belt, right? It's like we're making a car. We put on the wheels, the frame, the engine. I don't know how cars work. So, I mean, I knew how cars work, but like, the whole production of it. So every production for a car, you can easily go see, like you don't go back on a lead. I mean, sometimes for appointment set, now it's not a deal, you go back, unfortunately. You might want to even create a follow-up column. So you call it follow-up purgatory. And then you have the dreaded follow-up. Would follow-up go before? I don't know, right? But maybe they want to sell. See, I think it's stupid. Like once to sell, like something has to happen. So once to sell, so it looks like kind of we haven't. This is just the pizza sitting on the counter. So we got to figure out: did we set the appointment? Oh, I'm not ready to set the appointment. Follow up. Here's the cool part about the CRM: like you don't have to copy my system. You can make your own system for this. So pretty simple, right? It's easy. It's simple. Like I don't know what else I can tell you, right? And it's all inside the platform, which is really cool. So I got to figure out, hey, okay, we got to follow up with the lead, follow up with the lead, follow up. Oh, she wants to do an appointment. Good. Hot potato, right? I don't like a lead sitting and wants to sell, though. It's needed. It's necessary. But we got to figure out what's going on. And then JV deals, I just kind of sit JV deals in its own thing. In my opinion, JV deals are a separate business than my wholesaling. It is wholesaling, but it's different than my own wholesaling, if that makes sense, right? They're different employees or everything like that in my company, right? But the appointment's set, I get the deal under contract. Now we're under dispo section, right? And then we go back in here, go to lead pipes, investor leads, and we can go to Norman, Oklahoma. If I had time, this XLeads has taken all my time. I got to get a couple more employees in XLeads to help fill out my time, but I want to play college football so bad. It's been a while. I don't even have an Xbox, like I have a PC and they don't even have college football on there. It drives me crazy. But I want to go out here and figure out in Norman, Oklahoma, where the top buyer. Actually, guys, let me know in the chat. What city should I do this? If you don't have XLeads and you just look, I want to give everyone a Beth. Oh, poor Beth's in here. Beth, did I answer your questions? I'm sorry. I get too excited. Beth fell asleep on me. Lo siento. You could tell I'm on my. You could tell I'm on my grind, my Duolingo grind. The next place I always Duolingo the next country I visit. The next country I'm visiting is England, so I already know English. So I've been practicing my accent, and it's not going well. All right, so cool. Thanks, Beth. So the first one was Christy. I'm not going to do every New Jersey. That's just kind of going to be stupid because what's going to pop up is everyone in Trenton and Jersey City, right by New York City. So we got to do a city, or we can do a zip. So Pueblo, Colorado. All right. You can also do a county too. Okay. So holy moly, mother of pearl. So I'm using the expires list here, right? So here's okay. So we're in Pueblo, Colorado, and we got to figure this out. So on the top here, so I mean, we're in August right now. If somebody's flipped 36 houses in August, they're most likely a builder. And so we got to understand what the flippers tab is. What it does is it figures out, okay, exactly what happens. So what's a flipper, guys, right? You buy a house or you buy a piece of property, then you sell said property, right? Most of the time, if it's a big one, it's going to be a builder. Now, a lot of places get rid of what they call hedge funds and builders. I keep them because you need them for your land deals. And there's a lot of people who love land, and I love wholesaling land, so I got to keep them, So what I want to do here is just Google search this company. So it lets me know. So Sky Creek Homes is a general contractor. So, okay, they're a builder. So they're a builder. Obviously, they're going to be on the top right. Now, the best way that you can figure this out. So inside of XLeads, we figured out how do I tell between a builder and a buyer? Well, the easiest one to figure out is this little average gross profit. Because on paper, you don't know what their expenses on building are, right? So they'll purchase a property, as you see here, for $60,000, and then they'll sell it for $450,000. And that's because they literally put probably 300 grand to build the house, right? So that's how you know the average gross profit. So the easiest way you can do this is average gross profit, max it out at 70 grand. If you're making more than 70 on a deal, like, come on, bro, you're making too much. And so that's the best way to basically filter those type of people out. Let's do 65,000. Why not? Okay. So then, boom, the top one. So Jesse D. Harris. So he literally, homeboy just has his name. And you see, he flipped 5 properties, 7 in total. And he's buying it for 138. And so this is good insight for Corinne, right? Yeah, for Corinne and Aaron. It's like, okay, that's decent. And what you can do in here, which, guys, remember, you have to buy a $50,000 software to get this information, right? But like the average flip price right here. So I want to figure out this person's buy box. Well, these are the properties they currently own. 2 1s, 3 2s, 2 1s, 3 2s. So I kind of figured out, I even click here, get their full portfolio, which I don't know. I got to move it over here to show you. Oh, wait, no, it's going to be in the lead pipes. So this is Jesse D. Harris's, based on the tax mailing address, his portfolio. So these are properties that he currently flipped or owned. So some of these are different. So let's figure this out. Let me look here. So these are houses that he flipped. So there's Jesse D. Harris, but he's a lender, so he's a principal in the transaction. Okay, so he's like on the first position. So it looks like he's buying them and he's selling them on seller finance. So what a gangster. I like this guy. He's also he's a loan officer too, but they're in his name. Interesting. Shout out to Jesse D. Harris, my guy. Doing cool. Cool. So we go back here. Shatar Ltd. That's pretty cool. One thing I will tell you, I don't know, like just in general, what I found with a lot of cool buyers is a lot of them are going to have like weird names, and not weird names, but like names that like it's not like a company, just a guy's name. So like, for example, you're going to find a lot of like cash buyer flippers that buy in their personal name. Usually what I found is going to be people who are from like an Asian community. What I mean by this is that's a broad statement to say, obviously, but I have a lot of cash buyers I found around the country that are, they're first generation American from China. They're from India. They're from, those are Malaysia sometimes, right? Somewhere in, Southeast Asia, right? And they don't buy in a company. They just buy in their personal name. And it's kind of funny because like, there's going to be these guys who are like immigrants from India, right? And they just buy houses for cash and then flip them. Like they don't know too much about real estate, but they know they're not going to buy any stocks and they're just going to buy real estate. And so you might just see a random dude. His name might be John, right? But I found a lot of markets, like it's going to be some like, technically there's like 5,000, 300 languages in India, right? My one buddy, he speaks Hindi and he was telling me about it. But like there's guys that are just like, they have a name that sounds Hindu. They'll buy 15 houses and like, they're super smart. So they make a stupid amount of money, right? And they just buy houses and flip them. And like, they're so funny because they're just like, yeah, I'll buy the house. Like they are the easiest. I don't know why. They're the easiest buyers to handle. So if I see a guy with like a Hindu name, like a name that sounds like he's from India, they'll buy the house and they'll make 70 grand. Like they're really funny. And so it's kind of funny because my one friend, he was born in India, and his dad does. He's like, yeah, my dad, in Daytona, he just buys houses, and he just flips them. And I'm like, does he know anything about real estate? Not really, but he knows it's a good price. And I'm like, so you'll see that sometimes, just random names. Do not, if it's not an LLC, don't be discouraged. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, so they are the easiest buyers, but they are difficult sellers. I'll tell, like a guy like that selling, oh, I would never want to wholesale because he's a staunch business person, right? So it's kind of funny. Same thing. So like you're just gonna see that. Like also one of my best buyers ever was this guy from Pakistan. He was this multimillionaire in Pakistan, and I don't know what he got, but he made so much money. His name was like, it was an Arabic name, but like, I don't know, it was like Hish something, Qajar or something like that. And like, he just bought like 20 houses, all cash, no problem. And he didn't flip them. He just owned them as rentals. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, my family from Pakistan, like apparently they own some industry. They don't like owning any like assets there, so they just give me the money and we just invest it in America. And I'm like, crazy, right? So and like that's not every single one, but like just don't be. The reason I'm saying that is, yeah, there's Europeans, there's African immigrants, right? There's people from Jamaica, Haiti that buy 15 houses, right? But what I've seen are people from an Asian community coming to the United States or from there. Their money, sometimes they'll pool money as a family and just buy houses, and they're really, really smart. And they just buy a ton of properties and they make a stupid amount. And they're just one of the easiest buyers possible. So it's not on here, but sometimes you'll see it on the Flipper tab. That like, it's a random dude. His name might be Dan Johnson, whatever. Just flipping 15 houses, just a random guy, no LLC. Don't look at that as suspect. Look at it as it's fine, right? You just got to ask the guy out if he's looking to buy anymore. But going back here, home light. So like this is another random guy, like Bernice Maselli, right? He's flipped 3 houses. He's making 4,000, but he's purchasing them for 19.5. And he's making 12 grand. So he's doing some really low level flips. So you might want to go and see, hey, what are the type of houses he's flipping, right? He's owned some nicer ones, right? Decent. So yeah, he's got to talk to. You can just add them to your leads. Boom, put the leads, lead trace, put in the CRM, you're good to go. So that's what you do on there. And then contacts, you have your buyers, and then their phones will pop up here. And when I have a deal in my area, call them up, see how they're doing, right? I will tell you, once you already have your good buyers, I still prefer you calling them up and seeing it. Good to go. Is your software iPhone compatible? Yes, there is a app in here. So if you are inside, you go to dashboard, and we're using the Lead Flow app. So it's right here, and it's connected with XLeads because I'm not developing my own app. So their data is connected with ours. So you're good to go on that with a single click. Scan it, you're good to go, and it's all connected inside of XLeads. So that's how you use the Drawing for Dollars app. And I'm not going to tell you it's the greatest Drawing for Dollars app in the world, but it's pretty dang good, and it's included with any plan you have here. So hopefully my rant is over. So let me make sure I didn't skip over any questions. Yes. AVM, no, actually, never mind. AVM is not ARV. AVM is what it's valued at right now. So the ARV could be a little higher, but sometimes if they owned it for a while and the property's older, it could be a little different. Beth says, oh, there's more questions. ETA on the contract pack. So probably within a week or two. Good. All righty. All right, let me go back and help some other people out. So first off, we got what's going on, Choice Crosby.
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to meet you.
I was going to meet you, man. So is your name? What's your name?
Yes, Choice.
Choice.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah.
man.
Good to meet you.
Awesome.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah.
What's going on? How can I help you out?
Man, I'm evaluating this here, looking for a software. Came across this. You guys just announced this. It seems like it's really good. As you can see, from my phone number, I'm in the 206 area code where Miss Vanna J is at, and just wanted to ask you, how's your software? Especially up here in the Pacific Northwest, because I know that the Northwest MLS is really tight on their, with their reach or being able to get to use it, and how are things like going up and down the West Coast, Arizona, things of that sort.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's going to use it gets the same MLS data, and it's pretty much the same data as any other big data source, if that makes sense. So if you're used to having another one, it's going to be pretty much the similar.
Okay.
That's the best way I can explain it.
Okay.
Pacific Northwest, it's pretty good.
Okay. Cool. As far as being able to, I know this is great for going after single family residences. What about for land deals as well?
Yep. So we got land in here. So let me show this for you. So property leads. Let's search up for a sec. King County, filter. I mean, so to be honest with you, with land, it's like, I mean, it's land. There's no crazy complicated process on pulling the land. So land's gonna be there, and yeah, owner type, individual for land. And if you want to get crazier, we can go here to. I mean, technically, the land's always going to be vacant, right? So I mean,
Right.
you can do that. What you would probably want to do
infill. Is there like a section for infill?
You want to exclude active listings, and you want to exclude active investor owned. I mean, it's up to you, right? You might want to, might not, and make it individuals. And here's all the land around there.
Okay. Is there a way to distinguish between infill and rural?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So we can get a little more specific on that.
Cool.
And then if you want to look at
and size and as far as that goes as well.
Yeah, it should be under the filtering here.
Okay.
Lot size is right here.
There we go. Cool. All right. Yeah, man. For this first iteration, you guys got something really great here. So yeah, definitely. I greatly appreciate you doing this.
No worries, man. Have you done any land deals?
I haven't. I've had one under contract that I couldn't find a buyer.
Okay.
And so I ended up having to cancel that.
How do you try to find the buyer for the land?
Well, and up here I'm looking for developers, and the guys that the developers and builders.
So I mean, the easiest thing to do is just go back here, King County, Washington. Boom. Filter out. You want to make sure the gross profit minimum is 200 grand. So this is the opposite. And you don't want the purchase price to be over 200, right? And so these are going to be all builders in Kings County, the top builders.
Awesome.
So they all pop up right here. So for example, Dimitri, He's buying for 160 and his average gross profit's 235. That is ding, 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 a builder, right? Oak Ridge Homes, average gross profit, $1 million. Average gross profit. So he's not really making 600, right? HP&P Homes LLC. So what I do here is just click all of them. So all 33, skip trace them, email blast them, talk to them. But these are pretty simple. Like, I mean, you can probably even get their number, right, by just Google searching it.
Right.
And Oak Ridge Homes, Gig Harbor, Washington, 253-853-7757. So for vacant land, it's the easiest because if you use any other software, you can find people flipping houses, but you can't search average gross profit in there. And because that's the secret sauce. The thing is, we have the same data providers as the other companies, except we take that data and then we figure out which one's a builder or not, which no other software can do. It's very difficult to do. The big $50,000 a year disposition companies can do it. We reverse engineered our own way of doing it, and that's how you do it. So 3 or 3 big builders, simple as that. Make sure you go back and screenshot that so you can do it yourself too.
I will.
So this is recorded for you. So just a quick scroll down for you, right? Bop, 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 bop. Boom.
I see it.
Easy.
Cool. Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Awesome. And then next year we got Patrick. How are you, man? Oh. Hello. All right, Patrick. You're gonna hop on. Cool. All righty. Okay. All right, let's see here. And answer a couple more questions. Let's see. A says, yes, we're working on the integration. I think a Zapier is going to be the easiest way to do it. And so we're figuring out a couple of things right now for that integration. Callrail is my personal favorite, so we're probably going to get something like that done. So API webhooks with a so Patrick, that's why I want to specifically know what you want to do. Do you want to simply click the call button and it transfers instantly in there? We can work on that. Personally, the call in feature is going to be the best one. You just put the address in real quick and everything auto populates. Because in every other CRM, it can auto populate. Does the Drawing for Dollars have an instant mailer postcard? No, you're just able to add it into properties. These postcards are too expensive. Can we sign up for the monthly on Pro or X plan and get the full credit for the $297 add-on when upgrading to annual? So the upfront fee is the upfront fee. There's no around that. If you want to upgrade, you just upgrade it. So if you want to go from $297 up front, then you build $199 a month, and you just want to go all in on the X plan, you switch over. So if you have the X plan monthly for like 3 months, and then you want to go to the annual starts the time you want to switch. So unfortunately, no on that end. Actually, I make the big boy decisions, right? CEO. Let me try to do the math here because all the margins are really low. So I'm trying to figure out why not? You know what? Screw it. If you're going to switch from a monthly to annual, I will refund the $297. You have to make sure Zach approved it though. Okay. Don't. You got to tell them that Zach approved it because I'm mean to them. Right. And I'm like, no, but say Zach said, and then you'll be good. So email support at XLeads.com and then say you want to upgrade. We'll have someone reach out to you. And then put Zach told me. But don't say Zach told me I get it free for 7 years. No, that ain't going to happen. But mention it. Weekly meeting, they'll come to me and say, hey, this guy mentioned this or this. I'm like, yeah, fine, cool. We Gucci. We'll give it to you, man. So Jennifer says, can you search property by APN? So I have my Guru search feature, I call it, which is not a nice thing to say. But I don't know, what do they call it? So you go to filter here. Actually, this is go back here. Property leads right here. You go to filters and you can search by owner's name. So this is where I'll pop up right here. So no APN search tab, but you can do it by owner name. But yeah, and even the APN and the property appraiser, the address should pop up there. So really quick, Tyler says, is there an alternative way of finding deals you recommend over Drawing for Dollars? Is this why the Drawing for Dollars app is not the best? So the Drawing for Dollars is not the best is because I put all of the money, I've put all the development into making sure that the data is the best and the dispo platform is the best. And I didn't put $2 million in an app like other softwares. Some softwares go all in on the Drawing for Dollars app because I think Drawing for Dollars at its fundamental capacity is simple. Ugly house, add it to leads. That's what it is. I'm not telling you it's doing any crazy mumbo jumbo thing. In the future, we'll work on something, but finding deals Drawing for Dollars is it's ugly house, you add it. And so on the app, you can do that and you get insights on the property. So yeah, so I'm not saying it's not the best, but like I can't compare it to a $3 million developed app like that. I can compare my software though to a $50,000 a year disposition service because I know that's where the data is. I can compare my data to any other software's data for pulling a list. I can compare that. I compare my software's skip tracing to any other one and we'll beat it. But when I say words like my reputation, you know, Zach, the wholesaler, right, that gives everything out for free, that my trust is, my reputation is everything. When I say something, I mean it. But when I tell you that it's the best, I can't tell you and say it's the best Drawing for Dollars app. I feel guilty saying that, right? So I can't say it's really good. Is it the best I've ever seen? I'm not going to tell you that. Now, when I tell you the data's, but that gives it more weight when I tell you I know the data is the best. Better be sure dang right it is. When I show you the dispo software and finding the best buyers instantly, no other software can do it like that. I can give my word on that. So, but fundamentally, ugly house, put it in there, right? Like that's how it works. And at the end of the day, at $49 a month, like you get a Drawing for Dollars app and everything, $49 a month, like it's crazy. So if we subscribe, will any improvements and updates? Of course. So this is version 1. We're working on version 2. I will tell everyone about XLeads. Version 2 is specifically about improving dispositions. Just being honest with you, V2 of XLeads is all about making it not just competing with the $50,000 a year disposition services, but making it better. So version 1 is just like making it the same, not the same, but like on par. This one's just to make it better. And then version 3, we can start going into more lists and like, so like version 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, so we got a whole plan. I just gotta, you know, pay up, pony up, and have development do their thing. So version 1, 2, 3. So we got versions in the future, and they're always going to be included in the price. I'm not looking to increase prices for hopefully the foreseeable future. But I mean, I have hard costs, so we'll see. But the point is, there's very small margins made on the software because I'm not making 90% margins. I'm trying to pack as much features as I can. So that's how we do it. So guys, this is my first XLead support call. I'm going to do these, me or Rick, our other co-founder, every Saturday at 10 a.m. If I can't do it, I'll do it Saturday at 5 p.m., right? It's going to be Saturday whenever I can. Heck, it might even be a Zoom, right? It might just be me and my phone because Saturdays, I usually never do anything. But this is how committed I am to XLeads and the customers and the people that trust their money with me. You personally get the owner. You personally get someone who helped develop this. You personally get someone who has a reputation to uphold. If you have any questions, even if it sounds stupid, like you're annoying me, don't do it. Do it. I'll answer them and, of course, help you out. So, guys, really appreciate it. XLeads is the future of wholesaling real estate. And, again, whether the software has the founder hop on every week and wants to help anyone out. Kind of crazy, right? So that's it, guys. So I won't promise it's going to be me every week. I'll probably in the future have a demo guy, but not for the foreseeable future. So I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for the love and support, XLeads. Very, very long development. I'm really proud of it. And yeah, I'm putting my reputation on the line here. But it's not even a reputation. Like it's the best. So that's why I do what I do. So guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it. If you want, just hop on next Saturday. And if you have any questions, I'll help you out. XLead, and I'll put, where's the thing on here, right? XLeads.com. So the reason I also, I'm not going to rant, but the reason I did make this XLeads YouTube channel, I'm not making my Discord. I'm not making Flip with Rick. I'm not making anything I have in XLeads Pitch Fest. XLeads.com, XLeads YouTube channel. That's where we talk about XLeads, right? I'm not making this a pitch fest. I'm not trying to be this crazy promoter type guy. I'll talk about it, but I'm not here telling you, you have to get it like every 5 seconds. Like that's annoying. That sounds like I'm selling you. Like I don't want to do that, right? So if you wanted to specifically get training things on XLeads, we'll do some training on Flip the Work, but like it's not me pushed because like I don't want to do that. But XLeads.com, get it going. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next week.